What's that thumping noise?
It's your tail. Stop wagging your tail.
I can't help it. Do something.
Brian's one of those self-absorbed characters that we love watching bite the dust. And today we're bringing you 10 times he got exactly what he deserved. Number 10. Got stuck in a totally annoying relationship.
I'm Jess.
Thanks, I'm Brian. Well, Jess, bottoms up.
If you're lucky.
We've seen Brian struggle to control his impulses time and time again, always on the lookout for new conquests. So when he crossed paths with Jess, an alluring and equally kinky woman with a terminal illness, he felt like he hit the jackpot.
Ready to go again?
Oh, I need time. I'm still recovering from that one thing you did that was so obscene it couldn't even be described on lame, dying network TV.
Brian saw the opportunity and decided to make the most of Jess's remaining time, especially in the bedroom, know what I mean? And he even proposed marriage. Everything seemed to be going great, until...
Wild sex stuff I want to try. You would do that for me?
All except for number 17. I'm allergic to chocolate.
But isn't that only if you eat it?
Brian's life turned into a real mess he couldn't escape from. He stooped so low, watching Jess pass away without doing anything about it. But like they say, when karma catches up with you, not even death can set you free from your well-deserved consequences.
I would give anything if she were still here with me.
I'm okay!
It's a miracle!
Number 9. Got his teeth knocked out.
My teeth! Brian? Damn it, Peter, what were you thinking? This has to be the stupidest thing you've ever done!
You know that old saying, what comes around goes around? Well, it sure played out here. This is one of those moments when our lovable yet controversial Brian got a taste of his own medicine. It all kicked off when Peter knocked every single one of Brian's teeth out, leaving him in a pretty sorry state. And guess who came to his rescue?
Listen, just take this.
What is this? I won't forget this, Glenn Quagmire.
Don't ever say my name like that, okay? And don't tell the bar.
After his arch nemesis helped him get his pearly whites back, Brian snagged a cushy job as a real estate agent. But when he got a juicy deal within his grasp, he didn't think twice about pulling a fast one on the very person who saved that smile.
I am flush. For the first time in my life, I got money to burn.
Looks like I found my sucker.
Like we said, life's a wheel, and it turned right back to where it all began for poor Brian. And as much as we adore our four-legged friend, we've got to admit, he had that one coming. And we know he still hasn't learned this lesson.
Wow, so I guess that's it for you in real estate, huh, Brian?
Yeah, it was a lot tougher than I thought.
Oh, yeah, it's real hard being a real estate agent. I mean, you gotta be able to count bathrooms.
Number 8. His victory backfired on him.
What the hell is that?
Out of all the folks in Quahog, Quagmire and Brian share a mutual hatred that's off the charts. So, what's Brian's worst nightmare? Well, picture this. His arch nemesis, Quagmire, opens a swanky cat bar right next to Brian's sacred writing spot.
Hey, shut up! Don't look at me! I'm dominant!
Brian naturally couldn't let this slide, so he enlisted the help of his trusty partner in crime, Stewie, to shut down Quagmire's bar for good. And you won't believe it, but they actually succeeded. But in true Family Guy fashion, it all went south.
That's right. Thanks to you, I'm out of business. I certainly hope you're happy. Oh, nice top, Stewie.
Wow. I actually got the place shut down.
Yep, thanks to Brian's grand protest, all dogs ended up being banned from every public place. Nice going, Bri. We all hope you enjoy your victory over Quagmire from the comfort of your own home.
A picture of a mountain? When have we ever been to a mountain? What mountain even is it?
That's Mount Quahog.
Yeah, I don't know. It feels made up.
Number 7. Got dumped by a carny girl.
I like your tattoo.
Oh, that? Yeah, that's the hormone monstrous. She likes sex and I like sex, so I figured I'd permanently disfigure myself with something I'd seen on Netflix 3 times.
The carnival rolled into Quahog, and the Griffin family headed over for a good time. And Brian? Well, let's just say we all knew what the family's Casanova canine was after. That's right, you guessed it. True to his style, he jumped right into wooing a carny girl.
Wouldn't maybe want to grab dinner sometime?
Nah, but I'll bang it in the porta potty back by the very loud generators.
The one that smells like all different peas mixed together? Hell yes!
His romantic escapade with the carnival lady seemed to be going swimmingly. until it was time for some serious talks. And well, let's just say things didn't go the way our dear Brian had hoped. Actually, quite the opposite.
What? You're breaking up with me?
Whoa, dumped by a Connie. Brutal.
The family dog knew it was just a matter of time before the fling would end. But his ego was too big, and his morals a bit sketchy. So he attempted to win back his lady, only to abandon her himself. And in the end, well, karma ended up catching up with him.
Oh my gosh, Uncle Earl, you gotta meet my new boyfriend, Brian.
Don't you break her heart, you hear? Last guy who treated her wrong had his scrotum nail clippered off, then got kicked to death behind a Chick-fil-A.
Number 6. Got roasted on Valentine's Day.
Look, I've been thinking about your situation with women, and I believe I've come up with a way to get to the source of the problem. Follow me.
B-Day came to Quahog, and each of our beloved characters had a romantic tale to spin. Well, almost all of them, because what lay in store for Brian wasn't your typical heartwarming rom-com style love story.
Oh my God. Stewie, what the hell? These are all my ex-girlfriends.
Well, I thought they could provide some insights that might improve your love life.
The poor Griffin family pup had to confront all, yes, all of his exes, who made a comeback to the show, giving us this uproarious scene and prompting us to relive some of Brian's most contentious love affairs.
I don't know, the word self-absorbed comes to mind.
And pretentious.
Definitely pretentious.
And he's got a big ego.
Okay, we seem to have a theme going here.
We're still torn between what tickled us more, the remarks from his former flames, or witnessing him evading their clutches. Nevertheless, the face-off with his romantic past undeniably secures its place in our video.
And he's just having a difficult time coming to terms with his own sexuality. Shut up, Ida.
She's my favorite.
He's insecure.
And a blowhard.
And he's got a tiny penis.
Number 5. Got his tail cut off.
I'm Kate.
I'm Brian. Hey, you want to go outside? Maybe a little quieter?
Sure.
How low can someone stoop to win a woman's affection? Exploiting her blindness so she remains blissfully unaware that you're actually one of those despised dogs? Does it sound utterly outrageous? Well, brace yourselves, because that's precisely the card Brian played this time.
Are we almost at the top?
Yup, just a few more steps. There we are. Ah, the winds of Paris. Isn't that what they say?
To be honest, Brian only found out about her canine aversion after they were already dating. Nevertheless, he shamelessly capitalized on Kate's condition to sustain the relationship. Moral compass, what's that?
Would you be cool with meeting my parents? They're in town this weekend, and I thought we could all have dinner.
Sure. Are they driving themselves?
But as the cosmic gears of karma would have it, retribution was swift. During a precarious dinner escapade, where he used acrobatics to avoid detection by her parents, our dear Brian lost his tail in the most literal sense. You think that evens the score?
What's that thumping noise?
It's your tail. Stop wagging your tail.
I can't help it. Do something.
A few moments later.
Are you okay, Brian?
Yeah, I'm just so happy to meet you both.
Number 4. Peter made him look like a fool.
Oh, there's my boy.
Hey, what happened to my new friend? That kid who sort of looks like me from behind.
In the Griffin family household, you've got two extremes going on. On one hand, there's Peter, one of the dimmest folks with the lowest interest in expanding his mind in the whole show. On the other hand, there's Brian, our favorite pseudo-writer and pseudo-intellectual. But one fine day, Peter decided to dive into the world of culture.
All right, kid, your name is Stewie, all right? I'm your new dad. My name is Peter, and I work at the brewer... NASA. I work at NASA.
Peter's sudden transformation gave Brian the chance to finally have someone to geek out with and, of course, show off his so-called highbrow tastes. Or whatever you want to call them.
Yeah? What was the last thing you read?
He's got you on the ropes now.
Well, I'm actually rereading a lot of stuff.
Yeah? Like what?
Just tap out.
This scene's as hilarious for us as it is cringeworthy for poor Brian. Because it's one thing for someone to make you look foolish, but when that someone happens to be Peter, well, let's just say it leaves us speechless, just like Brian.
Words on the printed page. Thank you, Steve Gutenberg, right? What is this, oak?
Oh, I don't even think it's oak.
Number 3. Quagmire hit him with the truth.
Ah, taking a break, huh? She's a hot piece of ass. And from the looks of it, she likes it rough.
That's my sister, Brian. Her boyfriend has been beating her mercilessly. The last thing she'd want right now is to be objectified.
Our dear Brian's ego is so gigantic, it couldn't possibly fit in that little doggy head. The thought of someone disliking him, without even understanding why, is just beyond his comprehension. So he went all out to figure out why his neighbor Quagmire had it in for him.
I thought he hated you. How'd you convince him to go?
I tricked him, sent him a phony card. He thinks he's going on a date with an old girlfriend.
But instead, you're going to show up.
You got it.
Yikes.
But who would have guessed that this would backfire big time? That Brian's relentless pursuit of answers would open Pandora's box? Because when it comes to persistence, Brian takes the cake. Oh, he kept going till he finally got what he was digging for.
Pretend you're this deep guy who loves women for their souls when all you do is date bimbos. Yeah, I date women for their bodies, but at least I'm honest about it.
Now we're left pondering if poor Brian regrets prying into that truth, or if he's got the gumption to face up to how his neighbors actually perceive him. What do you guys think?
You're just a big, sad, alcoholic bore. I'll see you, Brian. Thanks for the steak.
Number 2, got declared legally idiot.
Oh my gosh. Wow, this is so exciting.
Excuse me?
It's really you. We recognize you from your book.
When it comes to Brian biting the dust, this very episode served a colossal blow to that massive ego, making it one of the most epic ego-crushing moments in the entire show. In this particular episode, Brian became the ultimate punching bag, taking a series of knockout blows. The first one, discovering the book that Stewie penned about him.
My catchphrase is Herf Derf?
But wait, there's more. As we've already mentioned, this 18th season episode spared no mercy, subjecting poor Brian to multiple humiliating experiences. The final blow came when he decided to sue Stewie for defaming him in this children's book. The result of that trial, well...
The dog is an idiot. The baby wins.
Herf Derf!
For an ego as inflated as Brian's, there's no greater humiliation than getting publicly roasted not once, but twice. First in the book, then in the courtroom, where he was legally declared an absolute buffoon. Could there be anything worse for our beloved dog?
I'll never forgive you.
Who are you kidding, Brian? You're a dog. I'm going to walk out that door, come back in, and you'll just be excited to see me.
A few moments later.
Hey, you're back!
And number 1, got humiliated on national TV.
It's my book, and there's a note from my publisher. We are returning all of the unsold copies of Faster Than the Speed of Love.
You guys got a garage or something? We got like 300 boxes of these things.
Now we all know Brian's been a frustrated writer, probably more frustrated than a writer. When his first book flopped, he swore off writing, until he realized he had the power to give people what they wanted.
And done. There it is, Stewie. 3 hours, 27 minutes, and I got myself one big steaming pile of book.
What are you calling it?
Wish it, want it, do it.
Love it.
He finally became a famous author, but boy, how quickly he injected that fame into his head. Luckily, an epic showdown on Bill Maher's show quickly brought him back down to earth, and the whole country got to witness it live.
I read Wish It, Want It, Do It. I have to say I agree with Ariana. I think it's actually quite harmful.
Oh, did you? When did you say that?
I just did.
That moment, which probably felt like an eternity to Brian, turned into this incredibly awkward and hilarious entertaining scene for us. Watching him crash and burn is comedy gold. And you know, he kind of had it coming, didn't he?
I mean, if you're going to dump on people, the kind of steaming, stinking, smelly dump that your kind traffics in, at least stand by your dump.
Thanks for watching. Please be sure to subscribe and like the video for more Family Guy content. If you're still bored, there's Family Guy's 10 Times Brian and Stewie Went Time Traveling shown on your screen right now. It's freaking awesome.